G'day,
Hello there,
I'm AussieRobbo.
I'm English Jen, and welcome to another haul. We seem to be having a lot of these during lockdown. So we've been buying things throughout lockdown, of course, over Amazon and the usual websites. But yeah, this last month, everything seems to come to fruition in regards to they all came at the same time. You bought some bits, I bought quite a lot of bits, as per usual. You've got some surprises for me in regards to what you bought, so I don't know what you've been buying.
Yeah.
You've got no surprises because you've seen everything. Some stuff just is impossible to kind of hide. So let's get started. So we first went to Disney World in 2017. That was our first Disney park.
Yeah.
Completely overwhelming. But one of the things that struck me, and one of the sort of rides that struck me the most, was the Haunted Mansion. And the ride itself is beautifully done. It's kind of dated, but it's beautifully done, and it's got its own theming, but also the merchandise they create for it I always think is rather fantastic. You're not too fussed about it?
I'm not fussed about the ride or the merchandise, but you always seem to be attracted to the merchandise, yeah?
Yeah, I just think it's nice. It has this kind of family to it. So first up, we've got the Disney Parks exclusive for pass holders originally, and then I think they sold them anything that they had left after the first day they sold to other people coming into the parks. But it's the Haunted Mansion Victor Geist. He's the organ player. I got this from Double Box Toys. I've been using those on and off for quite a while. Usually decent service, I'd say. And they're always really well protected, which is always a bonus if you're a collector and you like to keep the boxes. This is one I really want to keep the box with because it was quite expensive. But yeah, so I've got a couple already in our collection that we keep with like Disney parks. You haven't really seen this, have you? It only came the other day.
I haven't looked at it, no.
But no, it's a beautiful little piece. It's got him sat, posed. It's got the exclusive sticker for Disney. I wouldn't normally spend that much, but for me with the Disney parks ones, because they're so hard to get hold of over here, I don't mind spending a little bit more. We've got a few of them, like we've got the Dapper Dans, we've got, what else have we got? Oh, the spinning teacups.
Does it glow in the dark?
I believe so. I haven't tried it. It only came yesterday, so yeah. He came actually really quickly. Considering he only came out last week, which was the third week in August, second week in August.
Right.
And Double Box Toys got them in really quickly and sent them out really quickly. So yeah, let's crack him open.
How are you making him open?
Huh?
Or are you just going to keep the box then?
I'm going to keep the box, yeah. I don't normally keep the boxes. I'm kind of like a get it out the box kind of person. But yeah, so you hold that. Which is like the lovely, iconic wallpaper. And then we've got him all in one piece. It's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be with the organ. But it's quite nicely detailed. It's got lots of little intricate bits, even like the music pages. Him himself.
So you were disappointed by the size of his organ?
I'm not usually like too bothered by that, but in this case,
your words.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed by the size of his organ. And a lovely candelabra. Yeah, I really like it. It'll be going in our collection. Actually a bit taller than I thought it was going to be, so I don't know whether it's going to fit on the shelf I was expecting to do it. Yeah, actually that's quite nice with the wallpaper behind. But yeah, with all these we're going to give close-ups so you get to see them nice and pretty and not in our grubby hands. So what have you got?
The first one is DJ Rex.
Yes, so this is one we didn't get when we were out there. I personally wish I had. Again, it's a Disney Parks exclusive. You can actually get them quite readily over in Florida and US generally. But over here, it's eBay or elsewhere. I think we got this one off eBay.
Right.
I think he ended up costing about 26 quid, 27 quid. And he was
you
UK.
take him out already?
Okay, yeah, you can take him out. It came in a, so that was a nice bonus. He came in a protector box, which it wasn't listed on eBay with that. But yeah, I think there's him and there's Hondo, isn't there? The two Funko exclusives over there for Galaxy's Edge. And then now they've got a third one, which is the droid, which is being sold in Target. Yeah, get him open. So for those who don't know, DJ Rex used to be the pilot on Star Tours, the ride Star Tours, and now he has crash landed on Batuu. He's been fixed up, upgraded, and he's now the DJ in Ogre's Cantina, which we've been to, and you can see that in the video. We'll put a link for the first video that we had in our first vlog. But yeah, he's really lovely. He's got the usual bobbling head. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of the bobbling heads in the Star Wars range. You kind of don't really, yeah, I don't see the point of them having bobbling heads because you're not having a car, there's no movement. But yeah, he's cute, and I'm glad I finally got hold of him. I still might try and get Hondo.
Right.
You get the odd Funko every now and again though, don't you? It's like
the odd one, yeah. Like very
rare.
Very rare, yeah.
Keeping on the theme of Galaxy's Edge, now this one, I wasn't made aware of it until Peter and Kitra on Ordinary Adventures, they featured it. They're like us, they like their merchandise, and he's a bad influence on me because, it hasn't come out over here officially yet, I don't think. So I got this imported from Amazon US. You haven't actually had a look at that yet, have you?
I don't know what it is.
It's essentially a traveller's guide to Batuu. So it's written as a guide to Batuu, but like as if you're in the Star Wars universe. So it's not like you get these guidebooks for Disney World. It is like the ones you get at Disney World, but if you lived in the Star Wars universe. So they use various photos and illustrations, and they give you histories and rundowns. But also it's got some really interesting facts and figures, and also hints at what could be coming with Galaxy's Edge. So what are the holidays that you would think would be celebrated in Star Wars?
Life Day.
Life Day. So Life Day generally for fans of Star Wars tends to be on May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day every year. So the rumour would be that they're going to start integrating that into the parks. So you actually have festivals within the parks. And it goes into detail about what you can expect from these festivals. But they've also created...
Like a B. Arthur figure.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so good. I'd probably buy more than one of her as well. A Funko. Anyway, so yeah, you've got Life Day, and they've also come up with like a kind of, I guess it's geared at Christmas. It's got some sort of terminology, but it's basically Christmas, but Batuu style. And then the third one is essentially going to take place around Halloween. So it would be like the rest of the Disney parks would have the not so scary and the usual features, pumpkins, etc. I guess Batuu's going to have its own version of pumpkins.
Right.
Hopefully next year they get to introduce it. We're going to actually be there hopefully next year for Star Wars Day. So
yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Again, keeping with Disney, we've got The Art and Flair of Mary Blair, which is an appreciation book. This is one I've had my eye on pre-order for a while. We like our art books, don't we? We like books in general, but we definitely have like a collection of coffee table books and art books in general. Excuse me. This one is beautifully drawn, but it's also got like a complete history of Mary Blair and a little bit of writing about her. I also always like the dust covers and the inside covers. They're always beautifully illustrated when they're done by Disney. Kind of simple, just like black with a sort of foil blue title. But also, it's just nice to have and appreciate the work that she's put in for Disney over the years and her career. You don't really know much about her. Generally, you'd recognise her work when we've been around the parks,
right?
Like Small World,
right?
Whether you love it or hate it. But no, it's just a beautifully written book. I've started reading it already, and it's really nice. And it's actually telling me a lot of things that I had no idea. So, but yeah, and then kind of keeping with the theme of art and design, we've got the final part, the final volume, which is volume 6 of the Disney They Drew as They Pleased, which essentially is like a treasury of periods of Disney in regards of animation, and design, and this one is the final part, which goes from 1990s up until this year, 2020s.
Right.
What they have for 2020s, I have no idea. But yeah, so it's got Frozen, it's got Aladdin, it's got Beauty and the Beast, it's got all the kind of what I would say modern classics, and it's beautiful. It's really nicely, again, lots and lots of info on the artists and the work they were doing. It also includes projects which were cancelled. But I think it's because Rob hasn't got the kind of history that I have with Disney, where I grew up reading, living and breathing animation and drawing and the different styles and the history of the films themselves and the making ofs. So I kind of quite like having these things in our collection, so you can actually see them yourself and actually start to appreciate the work that goes into them. And we also were thinking about letting you watch some of the films that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. What have you got?
It's another Funko over here. So
Oh, it's close to our hearts.
Mandalorian and the Child.
Which somebody worked on.
Yeah. So it's a nice little souvenir of.
We haven't gone too hard on the Mandalorian stuff. We've got a hot toy, life-size hot toy ordered for next year. But yeah, and this is actually from the episode you worked on, really?
Yeah.
Episode 2?
Episode 2, yeah.
So it's basically Mandalorian with child, and he's walking with the floating baby crib pod thing. No, it has a special place in our hearts because Rob worked on it and he worked really hard on it as well. And it's been a beautiful series, so I thought it'd be nice to get a keepsake from Funko, because we have so much Funko anyway. But yeah, it's quite nicely done. So it's not bad, is it? It's
yeah,
got him in a walking pose, got the child doing his lovely little expressionless face. Again, bobblehead. But yeah, I actually forgot I'd pre-ordered that as well. So that was a nice surprise that came through the post. Yeah, and it's got some nice details. We've got a few of these Star Wars scenes, Funko Pop scenes, where it's got, especially A New Hope. We've got quite a few of the New Hope ones, and they do look quite nice when you're displaying them. So
yeah, it's very cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else?
So yeah, I think you mentioned a while ago that I started collecting pins.
Yeah, which is very, yeah. I've not got loads, but I've got a few since we started going to the parks. But you're getting the book.
Yeah, so I think I just came across pictures of these pins. I don't know where I found them. I guess they're really old. Like when we talk about really old, it's saying like 2000
1970s.
I think they're 2004 or something.
Oh, okay.
2004 range. So it's the Mickey Mouse range of Star Wars pins.
Oh, from the Star Wars days.
Theoretically, Disney didn't own Star Wars back then.
No, they didn't. No, this is when they owned Star Wars in the parks, but they didn't have a land, or they had Star Tours.
Yeah, but they hadn't bought the rights to.
It was so it was kind of just they stopped doing them just before we started going.
I'm trying to close-up photography to get better
For Star Wars days. Oh, that's really cute.
So that was Luke. This was the first one that arrived. So it's Yoda,
played by
Stitch.
Yes. I'm so proud right now.
That was a lucky escape. So yeah, it's Stitch as Yoda.
Oh, he's cute. I think they've changed. I know our friend Ted and Mish, they've got a collection of some of the Star Wars Days stuff, and I just saw recently they've got all the Goofies dressed as different characters. Stitch is really cute, and they even coloured him green.
So that's Goofy dressed as Chewbacca?
Yeah, that's it. So he's also played C-3PO and Darth Vader.
And this is another Mickey Mouse as Luke.
Which Luke is it?
It's the Luke pilot.
Oh, nice.
So I've just been buying those on eBay because obviously they're not being sold in stores and stuff, so they're just kind of So yeah, I just started collecting those and just trying to find those as cheaply on eBay as I can.
Yeah, keep collecting so I don't have to spend money. They're really nice, yeah. Because I've never.
They're coming around £5 or £6 on eBay in the UK. So yeah.
But they are kind of. There's quite a collection, isn't there? There's quite a back catalogue of them, considering how many.
There are a few. There's individual ones, and then there's ones with scenes. But the ones with scenes are more expensive, it seems like. So I'm kind of
keep an eye on them. See, yeah.
Avoiding those. I think I actually won another auction of those. A few more, so they'll be on their way in the post, but they haven't arrived yet.
I like surprises. Oh, they're really cute. I had no idea you were collecting those, so that's really good.
Yeah, I just like the design, the way they've been drawn.
That's one of my. When we went the first year in 2017, because obviously they didn't have Galaxy's Edge, and Ted and Mish were very well versed in Star Wars days and visiting during those periods.
Mm.
And I do have that kind of regret of not going sooner, because I would have loved to have seen that integration of Disney and Star Wars together in one happy little family. They're really cute. I have to display them.
Yeah.
So I think this is the final piece, and this is actually the one I was really excited about. It is the Walt Disney Archives, so 50th anniversary Walt Disney Archives, 1970 to 2020 Mickey Mouse, and it's essentially based on an illustration or a quite an old image, as I remember, of essentially all the different decades of Mickey Mouse drawing the next version of himself.
Right.
I used to have like a print of this, the actual original.
Oh, so they're not individual figures. It's like a.
Well, I thought they were all going to be sort of stuck down. They've also now, so that's like the limited version. They've also since released separate versions that you can link up, but with each has a separate stand. But yeah, and I'm kind of glad, because I didn't buy any Mickey Mouse apart from that blank one from another video previously from a haul, so you can see that in the links below, from Primark. But this one, I ended up getting this one from Australia, and it came really much sooner than I thought it would do. I don't think the UK sellers actually started sending their stock out yet, so I was really pleased. It was a nice surprise, and actually worked out about the same price as buying it from here anyway. But yeah, it came really quickly. Just have a quick look. This is one that I'll be keeping. I'm not too fussy about the actual box itself, but they've essentially got one long stand with the title, which is nice. There you go. And then each one, so that actually comes out separately.
Oh, it is a separate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was actually quite a nice surprise. I mean, it's not as if you're going to put them anywhere else, but it just means you can actually place them yourself. So you've got very early. No. And as you can see, they have the pencils in each of their hands, and they're all in different poses as well, which is quite nice, and completely different outfits. I think two of them, I think the most recent one is in pretty much the same outfit, but just slightly different. Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey from Fantasia, which is I think that was one of the first movies I bought from Disney. That's the, oh gosh, that's the, is it Jack and the Beanstalk Mickey?
I was going to say Robin Hood, so yeah, it probably is Jack and the Beanstalk.
And then the final one, he actually doesn't have a pencil because he doesn't need a pencil. He's the end product. He's like, he's the be all and end all. So yeah, and then you just got like a nice classic Mickey pose. But yeah, it's just like a really nice display piece, I think, and it's a nice collection. And like I say, I'm glad that I didn't buy all the separate ones previously, because I actually prefer it this way because they're all integrated into one.
I feel like they're going to come out.
Yeah. So yeah, I was really pleased. And it was a nice surprise because, like I say, it came really early from Pop Culture in Australia, which I'd never ordered before. But yeah, he's really nice and really pleased with it. So that's the August haul. I guess that's it for now.
Yeah.
We've got another haul coming up in September. We'll hopefully be going to Disneyland in Paris as well.
Theoretically, this episode will be out right before we head off to Paris, assuming it goes ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. If not, then we have other plans. But yeah, so keep an eye out for Disneyland Paris vlogs if and when they come. Keep an eye out for our other hauls we're doing, and we'll hopefully just keep the content coming now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And follow us on social media as well, so you can see more photos and all the stuff we get up to.
Yeah.
Here in London.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.